Second home mortgages dropped to pre-pandemic levels. Hilton Head Island is trying to solve its workforce housing issue. And with all this going on in the world, shouldn't you just go fishing? I'm Margaret Crenshaw, and this is Market Monday. So I've got big shoes to fill today. I'm standing in for Dan while he's away entertaining some clients in Alabama. And today I have Mary Scott with me, team member at the Prud'homme Team. And we're pretty excited to be here this morning.
We're doing Market Mondays. Market Mondays. Market Mondays.
So Mary, did you have a good weekend?
I did. How was yours, Margaret?
It was really good. It was really good. I worked a lot, which is indicative of what I want to discuss about the market today. It seems that I just keep working. How about you?
Keep working.
Yeah.
The buyers are in demand.
Yes. Looking at this week's numbers, we're going to talk about the Hilton Head numbers. Year-to-date inventory, year-to-date sales, year-to-date under contract sales, and year-to-date current days on market have all reduced this time over last year. The one thing, we have a 23% increase in sales price this year over last year. So our current average price today is $843,000, whereas this time last year it was $686,000. So what does that say to you?
It says we're still in demand.
We're still in demand.
We are still in demand. We
That's
still
right.
have buyers out there. And until our inventory really starts to catch up, I think that we're just going to continue to see these high prices.
Yes, and I still feel like there's a backlog of buyers.
Yes, I agree.
I do believe that some buyers have sort of dropped off.
Yes.
Maybe they had a distaste for really what was happening. But there are still people watching and waiting for the right property.
They're on the sidelines and they've been waiting ever since the pandemic, really.
That's right.
And now we are maybe starting to see some softening. And I'm starting to see buyers that I didn't know if they would ever jump in are starting to jump in. Are you starting to see that too?
Yes. I have people reaching out who've been silent for 2 years.
Yes.
Yeah, definitely. With that being said, and the fact that the average sale price now over this time last year has risen 23%. Yes, the market is correcting. Mm-hmm. It had to eventually happen.
Yes.
But those prices are still higher.
Still high.
So it'll be interesting to see what happens in the future with average sales price. Let's jump into the headlines. The Redfin article.
I read it.
Yeah.
And I found it so interesting. We are starting to see, or at least according to this article, a decrease in the number of second home mortgages that are being issued.
Nationwide.
And again, you're right. I feel like we are not in a bubble, but we're more insulated from the overall national projections.
Yes, I think what Redfin is basically telling us that there has been a decrease in demand for second homes.
Right.
A decrease due to the fact that mortgage rates are higher.
Right.
The lock-in rates are coming out a lot higher, closer to 6%.
Right.
But in our area, I'm not really seeing that here.
I'm not either. And again, if we look at the national trend, it was at an all-time spike of 88% pre-pandemic. Now, Margaret, that's of course because everybody's working from home, children are doing virtual learning, and we were at historically low mortgage rates.
Right.
So as we said earlier, we're continuing to see sort of the market correct. Now, granted, in our area, we still have people that want to be by the beach and they want to live this Hilton Head lifestyle.
That's right.
So we haven't seen it as much, but it will be interesting to see sort of how where it takes us.
What plays out in the next 9 months or so, which brings me to my next headline in the Hilton Head news, our local news here. The island business owners are really feeling the crunch of workforce housing. So as more demand in our area for homeowners and guests, we're going to need those restaurants and support businesses to have people who live here who work at those businesses. So the workforce housing issue has been an issue for a decade, but in the last 2 years, crazy stuff.
We have seen such an increase in efforts being made to create more affordable housing because we are hospitality driven.
That's right.
And we need those workers to be able to live here and to contribute to our society because they contribute so much already.
That's right.
And we also need housing for teachers and police officers and firefighters.
So true.
And in that article, the town of Hilton Head has devoted itself to preparing some land that's already been, devoted to the town.
That's right.
To making affordable housing.
Hilton Head just got a new ranking. We're not number 1, but we're number 2.
We're number 2.
Fishing hotspot. Who knew? Who knew? I've been fishing here for 50 years.
Where do you go fishing?
Well, when I was a little girl, my mom used to take us around to all the lagoons and whatnot. Not that many people do that anymore, but we fished at a little lone dock in the middle of Moss Creek when there were no houses. So now when I fish, I've gone out a couple times deep sea fishing. Not in maybe the last 15 years.
Now, what kind of bait do you use? Do you use bloodworms?
I use whatever bait the people who are taking me tell me to use.
I like
wouldn't
that.
say that fishing is among my top talents. What about you?
So I have a funny fishing story.
Oh.
Last year, we chartered the Black Skimmer, which is a 31-foot charter boat that goes out of Harbortown. Captain Steve is the captain, and he is amazing. Margaret, we caught, I want to say, a 15-pound redfish. Huge.
How big was it?
He was this big.
Really?
We had to get a net out. We thought the rods were going to break. We were bracing.
That fish weighed more than you did, Mary.
He did. He did. And I gave him a big smooch at the end.
Oh, I hope you got a picture of that.
I did.
All right, so let's dive into the mailbag. Mackenzie, all right, Mackenzie asks us, any recommendations on places for kids to play sports on the island? And since my kid is 25 now, I'm gonna let you answer that question because your boys are very active in sports.
They certainly are.
Okay.
And I'm so glad that Mackenzie asked this question.
Good one.
So my number 1 resource on the island is the Island Rec Center. They have all you could want for sports. And especially she's moving here in September. That's a perfect time. She can go ahead and register. They have soccer that starts at age 3. And I'm telling you what, it's like herding cats, trying to get them to stay on the
I used to
field.
teach 3-year-olds gymnastics.
So you feel
It's the same.
Same thing.
Yeah.
Same thing.
Yeah.
So soccer, there's karate, there's lacrosse. They have a pool for swimming.
Swimming.
Basketball in the winter. Fencing. And they have
Fencing.
everything you could want. I know.
Super
I
cool.
think
Well,
that's-
Mackenzie,
Go to
check out the Island Rec Center.
islandreccenter.org and you can find all the sports you could ever want.
Well, I tell you what, this has been a really fun Monday morning
This
to
has been
start
so
the week
much
off with
fun.
you. Thanks for coming.
Thank you for having me.
And we'll see everybody next week for Market Monday.
Market Monday.
Market Monday.
Market Monday.
Woo!